In this video, we're going to talk about slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is represented by the equation y equals mx plus b, where m represents the slope of our line and b represents the y-intercept, or where the graph crosses the y-axis. Also, the two variables x and y represent the coordinates of any point that are on the line. So y equals mx plus b, m is the slope, b is the y-intercept, x and y represent any point that's on the line. So we're going to do a couple examples here. The first one, we're just going to find the slope and the y-intercept of some given equations. The key is make sure the equation's in slope-intercept form, and then you can easily identify the slope and the y-intercept. So remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So notice 3 is in the place of m, so our slope is 3. And b represents our y-intercept, and in this case, b is -4. So slope is 3, y-intercept is -4. All right, notice the next one, we have y equals 10. So if you remember from a previous video, this would be like y equals a number, which is HOI, the acronym HOI. So when we have HOI, that's a horizontal line. 0 represents 0 slope. So we'd say m is 0, it's a horizontal line, it's a flat line. And our y-intercept would just be 10 because it's gonna be a horizontal line through 10 on the y-axis. So this graph will cross at 10. Now on the third equation, notice that that is in standard form. It's not in slope-intercept form, so let's write it in slope-intercept form so it's easy for us to identify the slope and the y-intercept. So to do this, we want to solve this equation for y. So let's add 6x to both sides. So now we have negative y is equal to 6x minus 3. And let's change negative y to positive y by dividing by -1. So now we have y equals negative 6x plus 3. So now we can easily identify our slope. M would be -6. And b would be 3, okay? All right, example 2, we're actually gonna graph. So we're gonna graph y equals x minus 4. So what I always say to graph these is begin with b and then move with m, okay? So y equals mx plus b, we're gonna begin with b. Well, b is -4, so 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna go down 4 units, and that's our y-intercept. And our slope is m. Well, if you notice here, there is no m, so if that's the case, m is 1. So our slope is 1, we're gonna move with m. So what I mean by move with m is that is our slope, so we can think about that as rise over run. So remember, rise is either up or down, and run is right or left. So if our slope is 1, that means we're gonna go up 1 unit and right 1 unit. Up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. Or from our y-intercept, we could also go down 1, left 1 to give us some points going in the opposite direction. So now we can draw our line through the points, put our arrows at the end, and we have graphed our equation in slope-intercept form. The last example we're going to do, we are going to take 2 points and we're going to write the equation in slope-intercept form that passes through these 2 points. So remember, we want to write this in slope-intercept form. So this is kind of a 2-step process. The first thing we want to do is find m. So to find m, we can use our slope formula, like we learned in a previous video, where we do m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, or the difference in our y coordinates divided by the difference in our x coordinates. So we can label our points, x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. And so now we can say this is equal to -2 minus 8 divided by -3 minus 2. -2 minus 8 would be -10, -3 minus 2 would be -5, negative over a negative is a positive, and 10 over 5 is 2. So now we can take 2 and we can plug it in right there for m. So now we have y equals 2x plus b. If you remember from the beginning of the video, x and y represent any point that is on the line. These 2 points right here are on the line because it tells us the line passes through these points. So now what we can do is choose either one of these 2 points. I am going to choose this point right here because both of those coordinates are positive. It's just going to be easier to work with mathematically. So x is 2 and y is 8. So I'm going to plug 8 for y, and I'm going to plug in 2 for x, and we're going to solve for b. So now we say 8 is equal to 4 plus b. We can subtract 4 from both sides, and we get b is equal to 4. So now we can plug that in for b, and we have our final equation in slope-intercept form, and it reads y is equal to 2x plus 4. and that is slope-intercept form.